really this came on my radar, to be honest, is because I joined the LPMC to try and take over the Libertarian Party. And so I was hearing critics, and my method, again, the skepticism that I return to, my method involves hearing out these critiques because, at the very least, I could have been the guy to say this is stupid. And then the more I listened, the more I realized, no, there was something here. And in fact, these were, in some cases, they were arguments that I had thought of and kind of put to bed. And then in other cases, they were brand new arguments that I had never heard before that really changed my perspective. So I think the biggest reason why it happened is that, again, the lockdowns of 2020. Again, going back to the thing we talked about in the beginning, it's a different frame, right? We call them vaccine passports, but they're internal passports, the way like China has, right? You don't get to just go anywhere in China. And again, to the point, it's against the, if we're going to hold up the Constitution as the thing that holds the United States together, then, it's against the Constitution. And to the point then to follow that argument would be if they're not going to abide by the Constitution, then we don't have to consider the government legitimate, in which case we're at the position of the founding of this country, right? In the course of human events, right? As the case may be. But so I think that's one of the big reasons why it happened. I also believe that in these broader libertarian, liberty-oriented circles, in that they exist, the other big reason why it happened and why it's been like a schism has to do with the fact that this is specifically about political strategy, and that people are realizing that a political strategy needs to happen. And so the question is, what kind of political strategy do you take upon? And let me put it this way. In 2008, in 2006, if you were a libertarian who wanted to get elected to office, you wouldn't be considered an apostate if you decided to run as a Republican. But in 2021, we can't do that because, see, we're trying to take over the Libertarian Party.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And I say this as somebody who was on the inside of that, and it kind of bothers me a little bit to like speak out against it because I still like the people in it. But part of taking on the responsibility of the microphone is saying that I have to is saying what I think and not lying. Right. And so, and it's to the point is, do I think the Libertarian Party is able to be taken over? Yes. Yeah. Do I think we should waste our time doing that? Well, by me saying waste, the answer is obviously no.